the Zazook time. Bring my breath on my money climb. Charts and trends, let's make it clear. Trade today, no fear when you're here. Gamma flow, the lines are tight. Plan a move before the fight. Strategy is sharp, we're leading the way. Zazook reps it on the day. Zazook time. It's Zazook time. Zazook time. Guess what? It's Zazook time.
All right. Hello and welcome to special day, Friday the 13th, December. I'm your host, Biz, coming at you live with the co-founders, Rene and Andy. Man, Bitcoin did a nice little pullback, and it was funny. They called this a crown pattern, where it dropped and then it formed a lower low, and then it comes back and then it forms a higher low. But you see three moves to the downside, and then you see that Bitcoin slowly progressing a little, so stair-stepping its way up, which is pretty good. To me, that signals some continuation for a nice little Friday and perhaps into the weekend. So I'm looking forward to today. Today looks like a good day. I'm feeling positive. I don't know. Maybe Rene, you could be seeing something different. I do notice that the gauges, some of them are lower, even on the shorter time frame. So maybe if you want to go get right into it, we can take a look at the market health, and then we can look at some Bitcoin. And I think there's been quite a bit of news as well, especially with certain networks out there. So yeah, excited to get right into it. And without further ado, Rene, let's hear it.
Well, Bis, you know what day it is today. You said Friday, but it's Friday the 13th, right?
Yo, I got a black cat. I got a black cat. So, whatever that happens,
Yeah.
I throw that black cat in front of that. So it's like the opposite effect. Reverse Uno.
Yeah, well, I've put my ladder in the garage, Well, the market health didn't do much. 4 hour went back a little bit, but not really a lot compared to yesterday, the same time as today. The only thing that is maybe mentioning worth is that the meme coins are still lagging the rest of the sectors. There was a little uptick in the RSI, so a little bit uptick in the momentum. But other than that, it was not a really eventful day today.
And very quickly,
just
just to add to that, because you mentioned that the meme coins pulled back, but it's been lagging considerably for quite some time now, and you can almost sort of feel the pull on the emotions of traders, because that's not what we're used to be honest. 2024 was pretty good, and usually the meme coins were leading a lot of the sectors. So it's really interesting that we're getting a shift in the consumer behavior, at least trading behavior.
Yeah, we can all see that in our gauges, no?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Short-term trend, as I said before, the short-term trend is just flip-flopping from positive to neutral to positive to neutral. So basically, short-term, the trend is trying to find its way. Hasn't decided yet on which way. Long-term trend is still positive, I believe. Yes. So there's still a small correction in the uptrend. That's how I would classify it for now. Fear and greed index pulled back a bit from 83 to 76, but still in the green. So nothing much to add to that. Bitcoin itself, this is a Bitcoin chart, the 1 hour chart. I drew in some levels. I had a lower level drawn in, but that got already touched, and now it went for the 4 hour hold level, still drawn in here. There are some smaller time frame levels in this area, 1 hour and a 15 minute that can hold Bitcoin back. And here there is a 1 hour hold and break level that might give hold Bitcoin to the
So
downside.
so I just
But we'll have to see what happens.
yeah, so I just wanted to preface this because when we zoom out, what well, when I said it about this that it dropped and then we got a lower low and then it formed like a higher low and now we start to see the stair stepping progressively higher. What I mean by this is that short term, I'm leaning this way, but like you mentioned here, and I can see those levels as you drew them out. If it does head that way, it does tend to play that move for just the day. So short term bullish, but then for today, and then we'll have to see how the market reacts after it hits
Yeah,
your hold
yeah,
levels.
you're right. You're right. Bitcoin is making higher lows and trying to attack this level, but it needs to go through that 4 hour break level that's drawn in to
Yeah,
be able to make a new high. And there's some resistance here, and sometimes it just goes right through it, depending on market conditions. And on the downside, there's a 4 hour hold level and a 4 hour break level in
yeah.
this area. So this needs to hold for Bitcoin to move up. This needs to be broken for Bitcoin to. And if this doesn't hold, then we are bound to visit these lower areas. If Bitcoin can touch these break levels and then move up further, and then we have a good chance of making a new all-time high, which would be great, a Christmas present. Um, well, as you can see, there's nothing much happened. Just
No,
a small pullback, a consolidation here. So we just have to wait how the market will open.
yeah.
And there's so much news on Bitcoin that is positive. There's countries that want to go into Bitcoin taxes. I think is going to put did a proposal to put it on their reserves. So it might be that Bitcoin is going to run, and maybe the bigger altcoin. That's my feeling. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's what I feel. That Bitcoin and the bigger altcoins are going to get more interest in the couple of months
Mhm.
ahead, and then maybe as we saw in the previous years, that second part of 2025 will be for the smaller altcoins and the bigger runs,
Yeah.
like thousands percents, that kind of stuff.
So
Maybe new millionaire.
I will switch my bias to more longer term bullish if we hit the 4 hour hold levels at the lower hold level.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
that
yeah.
holds, then no,
I at least test
just
it. At least test it because like I don't see how today's move could lead to further continuation. At least I've seen it turn out the other way too many times to be that confident.
yeah. Well, maybe this is a good way of looking at it. If yeah, there's this, you have this move up that needs to be corrected, and it's corrected by this move. Now this move is corrected by this move. This move up is again corrected by this move. Now we have a move up again, so it needs to be corrected, before it can find its way up. It doesn't always correct. That normally you see that a move up, it has to breathe. The market has to breathe, and if it goes up, must come down a bit, and then it can go further up, because all these people that bought, and when they're taking their profit, want to take their profit, they need to be able to do that. And then when they do that, the prices go down, where new buyers come in, and then you have an uptrend. And that's maybe what we're looking at here.
Yeah, well, you know, the game we're playing is the game of probabilities. So what's the likeliness that price moves in a certain direction? And you know, so we try to get that as low as I have visitors. anyhow, you know, let's yeah, so anyways, thanks for charting the Bitcoin. Yeah, it definitely paints a bigger perspective. Andy, if you want to um get into some news, maybe even take a look at some of the juicy tips that came in. Let's take a look. I'm just about to watch your screen. Okay, and your screen is live now.
Awesome. One final thing on Bitcoin was I was watching a stream today, and they pointed out that we could be having an inverse head and shoulders going on in Bitcoin, and so I drew that on just here just to see if that's what's going on. I'd expect it to go a little bit lower if that was right. But yes, that is something that one of the kind of traders that I watch during his live stream during the day, he drew this on. So whether that plays out in total, not sure. But
Andy,
yes, that was.
If you continued those lines and connected those lines, it looked like something else too. So
well, I oddly
I'm
enough,
not trying
the very
to be
first time
not
the
trying
very
to
first time I drew one of these, I did that. Yeah. But yes, I've stopped doing it. I draw it like this now. So,
that,
but
that's
yes,
so the inverse
once you
head
draw that,
that's a dick move, sorry.
I'm tempted. Yeah, so I'm tempted to draw different things on it once I start drawing images like that. So simple stuff to start with. Let's move to our friendly altcoin season. It kind of went down to 65, and then now it's deciding, well, we might be in an alt season, but we're not quite in an alt season yet. So some quick news, as Rene alluded to, Ukraine are looking to legalize crypto by 2025. Argentina plans Bitcoin freedom in 2025. And so you can see now that many countries, the US, Russia, they're all now starting to adopt Bitcoin. The one that hasn't said a bloody word yet is the UK, which is fairly typical, but I wish they would. So anyway, on to the bigger stuff for today. And do you remember, Biz? We've been doing these streams now for a few weeks, and almost maybe on the second or whenever I started joining in on this, I said to you, Sui is a coin that I am very interested in.
Yeah.
And that I'm going to buy some Sui, right?
Well,
if you remember a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about actually, my strong thesis was how strong it was for a gaming token. And I thought that use case was actually pretty strong. And then there was a lot of like developments, including, you know, they're building hardware out so you can own like consoles, like personal devices and things like this. So I thought,
it's much bigger than gaming. And
okay.
So let me start leading into some news. First of all, you know, like we got this in, I think it's the last piece of news we had in today, where Sui, and I'm going to cover this, Phantom are now incorporating Sui into the Phantom wallet.
Interesting.
So you'll be able to take a wallet address that you have funds in within Phantom and bridge it to Sui within Phantom. So it kind of makes that user interface much easier. Backpack are also doing it, so they're a wallet and also an exchange. So that's that's the first part of this.
What is the importance of that, Andy?
User interface, user ease. This is one of the big problems that we have in Web3 is people having to jump through many hoops and go on many, particularly when you're bridging, to go on many sites and mess about and do all of this kind of stuff. So the more that they can make the UI experience easier for people, the more people are going to leap on it.
Well, that's what happened with MetaMask, right? They introduced bridging within their interface.
Yeah,
it makes it
but
so much
they've
easier.
selected Sui.
Yeah,
they've selected Sui, and so that's the first start. Let me see what's next. Oh yeah, so this is just an interesting one. This guy here called Mags, who has 97,000 followers, did a little fractal on Sol back in 2021 and where it was in its cycle, and now with Sui, because Sui is being seen as the shiny new object to take on Sol. Right, and so what he's suggesting is it could end up, and I think it might end up somewhere much higher than it is now.
What's the?
I don't know if it.
I'll have to look up the market cap.
Yes, yeah, you check that out. The other one is, I don't know if you've ever heard of a guy called Raoul Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so an English guy, right? And he's got like 1 million followers, but he talks a lot of sense. He's now talking about Sui a lot, which is kind of very, very interesting.
Oh, cup and handle, right?
This, in where, Sui?
Yeah.
I can go
it's
on.
breaking out of its handle formation, right?
I can go on to the Sui. Which are you on the day?
Yeah. Well, I was just looking at that Raoul Paul that tweet.
Oh no, that's
that wasn't
sorry.
Sui?
Right, okay. Yeah, it was, but it's Sui Sol.
Sui Sol.
So this is
interesting.
Yeah, right. So so this is like Sui Sol, nice clean break. Sui should outperform for the rest of the bull market. I own both and think both are fantastic. Sol is a lower risk. Global market investor and RV Pro Macro subs have more details on my current allocation splits. So he's just telling that. But effectively, Sui is kind of breaking out now, which is, I think there's just part of it you've got to accept that Sui is the new kid on the block, right? They're the shiny new object. So a lot of people run into it, but they're backing it up by very good things. And I haven't finished, nowhere near finished. Obviously, this is the Sui Foundation announcement about Phantom. And then what have I got here? Oh no, that's not it. But also, I was watching a very, very good. Anybody that's watching this, a very good stream to watch is Crypto Banter. Ran, who owns Crypto Banter, and his researchers do some very good work. And they were going through all of this today to do with Sui. Now, oddly enough, Cetus is in our system, and we have a juicy tip running on Cetus right now. This is part of Sui, and it's a DEX for Sui. It's experienced a lot of growth. By the way, he shared this Google Doc, so anybody who's watching this, go subscribe to Crypto Banter. Ran and he has a lot of traders with him as well.
Yeah.
They do a very, very good job. IMHO. So Cetus is one, but the thing that happened here was Bluefin went live today in the last 24 hours, and the Bluefin 5-minute chart, because we don't have many candles, as you can see, has launched. I've done a very good launch. Right now, Bluefin is leading the charge when it comes to
Fintech,
perp DEX, right? And it's kind of it's probably going to do very, very well. And I think they did airdrops and all kinds of stuff when they launched yesterday. Was it yesterday or today? It was yesterday. Yes, no, 2 days ago. 2 days ago. But there's also these other things like the SuiLend, and SuiLend, it's got the same team as SolLend, if you remember that biz. They've proven they can deliver. So they're doing a lot of good stuff. They've got some meme coins in there. I know nothing about them, but if you went to Crypto Banter to Rand's stream today, or was it yesterday? Might have been today. He shares this Google Doc for you to download. So I got a lot of respect for Ran. He does a lot of deep dives into a lot of projects, and he has Raoul Paul on his show. He has everybody on his show. So going to so this is Cetus.
So just to let you know, Sui's at a $13 billion market cap. 14.
Right.
Let's just say 14. And if we look at Soul's at 107.
Yeah, right.
So
it's got a lot of growth.
So it's like
got
10x
a lot of growth.
Size of.
Yeah, I think, and currently Sui is at about $4.7, right? So I'm just looking to get in again for some more, but just wanting a pullback back to this kind of area. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But it may do. So Cetus is a juice. I think it's a live juicy tip, if I'm not wrong. Cetus USDT. Yes, it's in as a juicy tip. When it came in a few days ago, but before the big pullbacks. I think it came in just before all these pullbacks that we had when it pulled back with BTC. But it's kind of recovered. Right? It's kind of recovered almost all the way back up. So that's done really well. That is, again, part of the Sui platform. So, these are definitely something, Sui and its ecosystem is something everyone should take a look at and do their own research on. That's my humble opinion.
Yeah, well, that PDF is pretty important, so I'll probably take a look at that, and then we can probably
I can share that with you, or you can. I can share that with you, or you can go to the stream and grab it yourself.
Yeah. But it would be interesting to see how strong that network is, because it's all there, detailed in that PDF.
Yeah, I just think they've got a lot going on, and they've got a lot of good backing. And I think now their momentum, particularly in this run, how long it'll last, I don't know. But if you're looking to hold a bag, you might want to wait for maybe a pullback. There could be a pullback down to this area. But, even now, you don't want, it's one of those things, right? Because I was talking about it, where are we? I'm on the hour table. Back in November, I think it was down here. Yeah. Right. It was 3 something when I first bought some.
Well,
so Wolves, I was saying it.
I remember Wolvesdale. They were doing like a competition, and it's like they were getting creators to choose like an NFT and choosing like an infrastructure token. And so at that moment, there was a lot of things that were building with Sui, and I picked Sui at sub $1 or around the $1 range, and it's pretty much obliterated. Like it's done gains where I was not able to predict this, and I thought there's got to be something more than just gaming that's pushing this. And so now that you've dropped this you shared this announcement with what Rand said with his with Crypto Branter, it's starting to make a lot more sense now. And I think that why are they pushing this and doing all this due diligence on this network? Because this network is actually quite young relative to where some of these major ecosystems are. And if they can just keep pushing the attention towards the ecosystem and what they're building, then it will definitely increase the strength of that network. And there's going to be, so it's just opening the doors to more and exposing more awareness to participants and pretty much giving it the green light and opening up the doors to more capital injection. That's what I think. So I do think.
Well, it's done almost 10x since August.
Well, if you want to buy into this coin, you can just also say, okay, I allocate a certain amount to it, and I'm just going to buy into it in parts. Huh? So you buy, I don't know, if you want to invest $1,000, you buy $100 every week, and then that's also a way to do it. And if it goes down, you're lucky. If it goes up, so you average out a bit if you want to hold it for the long term. Huh?
Yeah. I think this is a holder. Yeah. It's a holder for the cycle. Yeah. And it's one of those, it's one of those where everybody said, I could have bought ETH at $3,
Yeah.
type thing. It's one of those type thing. Like it's now what $4.07, and if somebody said to you, I bought I bought Sol at $4.70. If somebody offered you Sol at $4.70, you'd bite their hand off. So it's a potential to be one of those. So yeah, let's just see. To
Absolutely.
juicy tips. Let me have a look. 5 minute table
You know,
here.
so a couple days ago,
This.
you shared some information on ME Magic Eden. I just
Oh
noticed.
yeah. Okay. Let me go back.
I noticed.
Let me go back to it.
Yeah, I noticed this morning that it actually broke a trend line. It looked like it's retesting it.
Why have my? Hang on a sec. Oh, I've turned everything off. That's why. That's stupid me. This the same one? Oh no, this is the one. Thank you. 5 minutes. Yeah. So what happened today with ME? ME since it came in has just gone down, but it's kind of been consolidating, and definitely getting a kind of demand zone down here. But I kind of grade everything out of 4, right, as to whether I kind of want to trade it. And today I got a buy signal, but then a sell because it kind of went up and then dropped back down. And right now it's kind of in this range of the VWAP. I've been moving this down all the time, going not buying it yet. But so it's something that I'm monitoring and I've got alerts on, But right now, who knows? I mean, it might be a good time to buy it.
Yeah.
It's kind of bottomed out.
You're
Kind of bottomed out.
You're seeing your VWAPs are like starting to converge, like tightening of the bands.
Yeah, that's the SMA 200, the yellow.
Okay.
And the blue is the 50, but it's now beneath them both. So we've gone down to only above. I think I've just changed this to, it was 3 out of 4. It's now only 1 out of 4 because it's fallen back again. So it's just the way I kind of decide on some coins when to go in, if you know what I mean. So right now I'm waiting for a bit of a break up. But saying that, it's within this consolidated range. Maybe this is about as low as it gets. I don't know if they've done all the claims yet. Has everybody claimed? Has everybody dumped? I've no idea.
Yeah, well, if you're late, you can't even claim. I slept on this. I missed the window, so.
Yeah, but everybody that can claim, have they claimed? Do we know? Is there any articles as to what percentage have actually done the claim yet?
No, I haven't followed up on that. But I've just been watching this chart, and I noticed that it broke the downtrend, the trend line, and it looked like it retested it as well.
Yeah.
So
well, as you can see we've only got the 5 minutes to go on. We could go to 15 minutes, but it's kind of now consolidating in a range, and the green is the first upper deviation band. So it's kind of, but it's kind of had a bottom down here. So it's just something I'm keeping an eye on.
Is it only just available for spot, or did they open up futures for?
This is futures. This is the Bing Extra futures. Yeah.
Perfect. Sweet. Yeah, this one looks pretty good, short term at least. Like I like.
Even if it went up a little bit, I mean, you're on the 5 minute chart, so even if it went back up to there, you're at 20% 20%.
Oh, I'd probably live trade this right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
40x live trade right now.
No,
let's go.
No, not 40.
But I don't know. But yes, I've been keeping an eye on it all day. So these are the juicy tips. We've had a few new ones in, and things are still looking good. We're down to only 125 in the elite channel. We were, remember, nearly up to 400. Almost every coin was in there at one point, and when we had that run up. But still, there's only 96% have got to 3. So there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of that 125 that have not got to 3, and only 6 that have not got to 5 and only 7 that have not got to 10. So, still doing performance-wise, still pretty good. Still pretty good. So unless there's anything else you want me to look at, that's it from me, Biz.
No, that's a pretty solid find.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
I'm telling you a lie. I
What?
do have something else of interesting, and this is simply one of those strange observations. So this is the 1 week chart of BTC, and I want you to look at green candle, red candle, green candle, red candle.
Yeah.
I just want you to look at that, right? And the time now is like November 18th to now. Now I'm going to take us back to the same day in 2020. And somewhere here, I put a little green box. This is
Oh.
exactly the same time in 2020. 16th November. So green, red, green, red.
Even
And then off to the races.
including like you see how there's wicks, the body rejected that. Yeah.
Everything's identical, yeah.
So
But it's just possibly a coincidence, but who knows? History has a habit of repeating itself.
yeah.
It's the weekly
that's it.
chart.
So that again, Renee.
That's the weekly chart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and let's see.
Yeah. Well, that's it from me, Biz.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for watching. That was a pretty good alpha. I'm really looking at ME right now. So we'll see how that goes. This is a weekend, so we won't be back until Monday. Maybe we'll follow up with that trade and see how it goes. But to be honest, like I mentioned in the beginning, I'm short-term bullish. I'm not fully convinced yet, just because if we do decide to rip from here, I don't know. I've been in situations where price turned against me, at these zones. So I don't know. Well, maybe I'll just for the day take the trade lightly. Whoa, dude, this cat is for real.
Dego has only came in as a juicy tip an hour and a half ago, and has just gone to 4%. I think that's in my researching coins. Oh yes, so it is. I don't think I had it on the week chart though. That is for certain. What did I do? I can't have done it on there. Maybe I did it on the daily. But anyway, Dego's been in. Oh yeah, you can see here. It's starting to go up.
Yeah.
I didn't put it in. Biffy was another one. There you go. It was the 1 hour chart. 4 out of 4. If I turn everything back on, dirt and dirt. Above that, signal up, buy signal, went above the VWAP, bought it.
Sweet.
So that was Biffy, and that came in. I think it was 3 o'clock this afternoon our time. No, it came in.
So like 4 hours.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so 3. We're now at 8. 5 hours ago. Yeah. So, and then when it came in, and I was like, oh right, okay. So I waited for a little bit and then took it, because everything, by the time I'd set it up, everything looked about right.
Yeah, you like that, right? I noticed that you wait for your zones of confirmation. So you like to buy into strength, because that sort of forms your thesis that there's going to be continuation. And so it's important that it bounces off that VWAP, as well as crossing over the 50, the 200, and all of that.
Yeah, it's just but you have to be patient with this.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like you're looking at me now and your fingers ready on the buy button, right? Mine is, I'm quite happy to just set alerts and then wait for them to fire. And, I set like full alert on here saying, Zazook buy, for instance. So if it's had a sell and I want to wait for it, I'll put that on as alert as well. I'll put an alert down here on the signal up, things like that, right? And then I just disappear and I don't even think about it. I've got tons of signals here waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Tons, and they don't always happen. Sometimes the coin just shoots up. I think there was one. Which one was it? I had one that wasn't this one. No, I'm not in the red. There was one that came in and it just literally flew. I'm sorry, it was like no chance of getting in. I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of the juicy tips, and it literally flew within 10 minutes of coming in. It went up like 40%. It was like boom. So I was like, nope, not now.
Was that
I'm not chasing it.
Was it Union or you? What was that?
Do you know? I can't remember.
It was the one that just
can't
got listed on
remember.
Binance, right? And you're like, it got listed, and it just basically
no.
took off. It never looked back. Peanut was one. I remember that.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, right. So that was. Not me. I can't remember which one it was. There was one, yeah, but no, it was a different one, and I can't remember. We've had a few in, and in fact, hang on a minute. I might be able to say if it. Let me just. 13th. It wasn't in that channel. Oh yeah, it was. It was UTK. That's what it was. I thought I put UFT in there instead of UTK. So let me just go here. There you go.
Ooh, wow.
So it literally just went.
Yeah.
Like bang.
Wow.
And it was like, oh, it's gone. Before I'd even had a chance to have a look, it had gone. We'd had this massive candle, and that was it. That was it.
See, that's where you know only a trading bot would have caught that. There's no way. That move is way too aggressive.
I didn't even put a VWAP on it. It had just gone. I was like, oh, forget it. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Forget it.
Cool.
But anyway, there you go. These things. Sometimes you can't get them all, but there are plenty. But anyway, we're done, Biz. We've rattled on an extra 10 minutes.
No, for sure. But you know what's so funny is my cat kept getting in the way of the stream, and it's Friday the 13th. So what's up? My black cat. So funny. Anyhow, thank you everyone for watching. If you guys want to learn more, join us in our Discord. Links in the description. You can find it at Zazook.App. You can also join our Discord, activate a free trial, get some juicy tips, and start trading right away. The other thing too is because we do this every day, you can also jump into the voice chat where you'll probably just end up getting some free alpha regardless. And the other thing too is, let's just say you're more of a seasoned trader, you can head over to the website, purchase an NFT, and activate a subscription. The subscription is yours. You'll be able to take it for wherever and also get rid of it if you want. You can sell it. So it is a real NFT that you're able to pause or cancel your subscription, start your subscription, and activate bonuses as well. So that's it. That's all we have for today. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll be back again on Monday. So take care, everybody, and
Great weekend. Happy trading, everyone.
Yep.